Hey everybody, welcome back to the LoFi podcast. You're listening to the best podcast on the internet because it's got Caleb.
Hey, how's it going?
And it's got Rick.
Hey.
Welcome back, Rick. Super pumped. You look super excited. There you go. You got a new background there? I love your shelf, man. That's a cool thing you put together there.
Yeah, we're donating all of it.
No, you
that's
can't.
awesome,
You
dude.
better not. No, don't do that to me.
So nice of you.
Exclamation,
No,
and you could win one of these.
It's only because I couldn't fit it anywhere here.
How about this? If you leave a comment on the video, we'll choose a winner and they win all the stuff on the shelf.
Just a random giveaway. No. No. Shit. Well, I've definitely liked the additions to your background, Caleb. The My Hero poster too.
Thanks.
I meant to bring it up
Yeah.
last time, but it looks
Yeah.
cool. I like it. I
Yeah,
like it.
It's a pride and joy. It's pride and joy. I have a Halloween one I need to put up.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I've
What is that?
yeah. What map is that? That's not the world, right?
Oh, that's the Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth.
I just want it to be like a RGV map. Like here's Westland Cove.
Yeah,
here's
it's
Donna.
it's like the map of UTPA, the campus map.
Dude, I just started Lord of the Rings last night.
Oh yeah.
Oh no shit. All right. Well, we'll maybe get into that a little bit later. All right. In the meantime, I think I'm almost done moving into this place. I've definitely spent a lot of time on this, like yesterday even, putting stuff away, finding places for things. I don't know, sometimes you get things you're like, where do I even put this? And it was a lot of that for a while.
Because you have so
Well,
much
if
shit.
you have, if you need to give things away, just let me know. I'll
Yeah,
happily
we-
take it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
very
just
nice of you
Put
guys.
it on stream.
It's
To
very,
raffle it up.
very nice of you guys to offer.
Giveaway.
Yeah.
No
Giveaway.
giveaways.
Giveaway.
No
We
giveaways.
need more subscribers, okay? We tell people they'll get a prize, you know?
No,
Subscribe.
no giveaways.
This is how you do it.
That's how we do it. If you want to make it big, this is how we're gonna do it, Frank. It starts
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
you.
but
Oh,
you
okay.
Start with you. Give it
We
away
s-
your toys.
Just give away my life savings and this is my life's hard work. No,
Yeah.
no, no. Anyway, Caleb, what's the deal with you, man? It's been a while.
Nothing much, man. Just been playing some Sea of Thieves, you know.
Oh yeah, that's
Sailing
right.
the seas.
That we're working on that. A little video of some Sea of Thieves we're gonna be putting out when we get in I don't know. What do you think? 2 more recordings, maybe? We mash all that in.
I don't know. It's up to you. I
Yeah.
mean, we've done like an hour or two each for both of them, so
Yeah. Okay.
imagine
that
there's
was,
something in there.
Yeah.
One of us being AFK for a bit.
Just got booted. Yeah, I'll look into that, man. But no, Cam, I mean, what's going on in the world of headlines? Headlines!
He's catching it.
He's what is? He's
catching the headlines.
he's highlighting. He's highlighting the headlines.
Highlighting the headlines? Is that what he's doing?
I'm gonna put it on his hand.
Well, the first thing, I'm going to start from a week ago, go into this week. First big thing we need to talk about is the Dune trailer finally dropped. Gentlemen, we finally have the trailer.
Yo!
The current release date is December 18th. It may move, but it is currently at December 18th right now. So, Dune,
Month
what
from
did
my
you
birthday.
think of Dune? First, Rick, what did you think?
Dude, I am so fucking excited and ecstatic for it, man. It looks really fucking good. It looks really good. I love the shields. I was like, that was my thing too. It's like, how the hell are they going to do the shields? And the way they look in the trailer, fucking awesome. I love
Yeah, I
that.
thought that was cool.
I love the sandworm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Some people were
sandworm
really
looked.
upset about the sandworm, but I love the sandworm. It matches what I had pictured when I was reading the book. Just a fucking like white glistening spokes in a dark abyss.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what else would they want out of a Dune worm? That thing looked exactly like it's been illustrated for like years. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe people
good.
are used to the three
three-prong one.
Yeah, the 3-prong.
The extra mouths and stuff
with the little spikes on the little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah. I think visually, especially, it looks super, super pleasing to the eye and stuff. A lot of the shots, the cinematography looks great and stuff. So that's looking pretty good. It doesn't look wildly out there, obviously, like the last one did. I see Jason Momoa, and he's not all crazy, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he looks like a regular bad guy, I guess.
He's all shaved.
Yeah, that's weird.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean
say bad guy?
You mean you're talking about
Isn't he
Bautista?
Oh, Bautista, that's what I meant. I'm sorry, not Jason Momoa. Bautista.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, my bad. I got my strong men mixed up.
Yeah, Bautista looks cool.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Roban.
Yeah, there you go, Roban. It looks good, man. I like the look of it. Caleb, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I really liked it too. There wasn't anything I didn't like about it, because I know some people were like complaining about the music, and I was like, it was super fine to me. Like, it was cool, and it was like, I know it was like a homage to, like, because I know they wanted Pink Floyd for the original soundtrack of the original Dune movie from someone else that wanted to make it. So it was like an homage to that. But it didn't bother me. I thought it was cool. I thought the trailer looked really cool. It didn't look any different from the Lynch version. Yeah. But I guess because it's just the first half,
Yeah.
And I think that was honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, I think that's the big problem with the Lynch version. Well, there's a lot of problems, but one of the big problems is that it felt like two movies in one movie. It's like they had all this, all that beginning. Once they left the city or whatever, like, it was like, wow, this is a completely different movie, and it's like flying by. Like,
they're just trying to wrap everything up and everything. It's like, nah, man. I think that's why I did like the idea that they're doing two movies out of this to kind of give it that proper time to wrap everything up.
I really hope it's a 3-hour movie. I hope they're both 3-hour movies. That would be great.
I wouldn't doubt if they're like 2:30 at least. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited. I hope people see it so we get the second one.
Yeah, for real. Especially because now with the whole pandemic happening and movies being up in the air, right? Still. So. Right.
I'm surprised it's even coming out, or at least I thought the date for it was maybe early next year. I didn't know it was December this year. That's pretty crazy.
Well, they're
we have to wait 20 years until production can start again.
Well, people are going back into production. I mean, Batman was going back into production, but then Robert Pattinson got COVID. But they're starting again. And so people are slowly getting into production. They're just like testing every time they shoot. Before they shoot, they COVID test. So slowly but surely, I think it's all going back, hopefully.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
So,
movie.
Yeah.
So, that came out. That looked good.
Yes. So excited for that. The other big trailer came out this week, right? Either way. The Mandalorian Season 2.
Oh, that's right.
Let's go to the whole.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We're just gonna get a copyright strike because that was so good.
Right.
So close to the real thing. I just watched the trailer a little while ago, man. I'm excited for it. It looks really, really good. Whatchamacallit, I still don't know, other than who's come out in that trailer, who's going to be in the rest of the series. So I'm sorry, Caleb, that you spoiled that part for yourself.
Spoil it. It's just news.
Yeah.
It's news.
There's some news that people look for, and there's some news.
I didn't look for anything.
Bro.
I was on Twitter.
You were looking.
It was on Twitter. It showed up.
News hunting is a complicated profession, Caleb.
I didn't do it.
What y'all think of that trailer, man?
I liked it a lot. I'm excited. I like the different locations again. I heard this one is a little bit more linear. There's less of the single episodes, I heard. So I'm excited for that. And the visuals looks really cool. I'm just really excited. And yeah, of course that ending with the Baby Yoda closes the
yeah, that was hilarious.
TIE fighters.
You know what? And that's what I expected from the series the first time around. Was I expected it to be like a linear story, not like, you know, single episode stuff. Let me ask you something. Have they said, are these also going to be like a bunch of different directors doing it again, or is it a single director?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of different directors again. I know for one of them that I remember is Robert Rodriguez, so that's cool. Got an old
That's
Texas
awesome.
boy doing it.
Yeah.
Different directors again. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, looks good, man. The part where they're trying to paint the Jedi as evil sorcerers, I think, or something like that. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, looking at it from their perspective a little bit. You know, we've always looked as Jedi as like, oh, these are the good guys. They got, you know, cool powers. And the fact that they're framing it like that, like, oh no, they're evil sorcerers or something. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I like that take on it.
I mean, that's the way it was framed for like A New Hope, right? In the very beginning. I mean, Obi-Wan was like a fucking crazy wizard who lived out in the desert. You know?
Yeah.
But they wouldn't necessarily say wizard or sorcerer though. They were just like, oh, he's this crazy old guy in the desert.
I think they did.
Did they?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they said that in a sense. Yeah. I know they said old hermit.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember sorcerer or wizard. Anyway, cool. Nonetheless, if they're framing it like that anyway.
Yeah, so October 30th, it's coming out. So
More in line with the Dune. But yeah, fuck you, Frank.
Don't worry, it'll be better than the Star Wars sequels, Rick. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's why I think I'm most excited about this show, is because I just, like, we know the first season was just so good. Like, I'm confident it'll be good, just as good. You know,
I kind of like the single episodes though. It's I'm wondering if it's gonna trade off well. It turning into linear now, because I really did like that. Like, you know, once a week you're kind of getting this one story, and it kind of concludes in that one episode. It did feel very westerny like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and I like that, and I like how at the end of the first season they connected them all together. Like, hey, we get the whole team together that I met along the way. Like, that was really cool. Dude, I want to watch that last episode again. That was so good. When IG-88's on the bike and he's like shooting everyone.
Yeah.
Oh so yeah, dude. That was really good.
I'm doing a rewatch actually too.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
With the kids, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna start that soon because I know I can fly by that show really quick. So. Yeah. Excited. So that's all movie, TV show news. Now it's time for the big one.
Oh wait, I got one more for
prices.
For TV movie news, real quick.
Okay.
They confirmed the She-Hulk that's going to be joining the show. What was her name? I had it here.
Tatiana Mussolini.
Not Mussolini. Tatiana Mussolini.
I'm close.
Mussolini.
Close to Mussolini.
I see. I was wrong.
She did get the seal of approval from Mark Ruffalo, who like tweeted out, "Welcome to the family, cuz," and put a picture of her. Leave him alone. He's just acting, bro. He's just acting, all right?
If dog shit had like a human representation of a face, it would be Mark Ruffalo's fucking face acting.
Jesus.
Sorry. That guy's just terrible, dude.
Okay.
Give me back.
Moving on. I don't want to hear about a Mark Ruffalo rant.
You'll get one if you keep bringing them up.
What else were you moving on to, Caleb? Get us out of this.
Oh, moving on. So we'll go into prices and stuff in a minute, but we'll go first to the PS5 press conference that happened yesterday, or the showcase, as they call their game showcase.
Yeah, PlayStation 5 finally announced the pricing and everything.
5. Yes, but we'll go through the games first, and then we'll go through the pricing and all that jazz, and compare with Xbox. So one of the big games that was announced at the conference was Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, man. I was pretty excited about that. Oh my god.
Never played one.
Wow.
Never?
Never ever. I saw my brother play one once
Wow.
a long time ago, and that was it. Actually, it's on Game Pass right now. What's it called? Final Fantasy. It's oh man, I forgot which one it is, but it's on Game Pass. Anyways, yes. So either way, I've never played it. The closest thing I've played to a Final Fantasy is Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
Oh no.
What are you guys trying to do to me today, man? Jesus.
Yeah, Caleb, how? I mean, okay. I think in this day and age, you should maybe start off with that Final Fantasy VII remake, just because it's.
It's not a whole game.
I mean,
You wanna play a Final Fantasy game. They have them on mobile now. You can just download them.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
play
they're
the
gonna
old school
be-
ones on mobile.
You're gonna be really
How
good,
big is the
man.
gigs? So I'm running out
No,
of
they're
data on my
small.
phone.
They're small.
Oh, okay.
It's like a old NES fucking remake, but it's like, it's good. They have most of
I'm
the Final
gonna look
Fantasies on there. Yeah,
I'm gonna look into that then. I didn't know that.
Yeah. they're pretty good to play whenever you're just on the crap or just walking around.
I need a good crapper game, man, because I'm like some of these games are getting on my nerves. Like like games where you're just like you're just like doing one thing, like you're bouncing a ball or whatever. You're trying to do one thing. Like you can't do those games anymore. It's just boring.
See, this is why RPGs are good on the crapper, because you're just reading the dialogue box as you're relaxing and taking a dump.
I guess that makes sense. I never thought about it that way.
Brings me back to the old shampoo bottles,
But I mean, I wouldn't want him playing like the mainline Final Fantasy games on a phone. I just feel like you lose out on a lot of that.
Well, sure, but if he's gonna play anything,
What does that mean? Mainline.
Well, because there's the main Final Fantasy games, and there's like little spin-offs or
I
other
wouldn't
stuff
say
around them.
spin-offs. They have Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3 on mobile, on
Yeah.
the Square Enix stuff.
Yeah.
They even have I think 5 and 6.
So the ones with the numbers are mainline, and anything else
Yes.
it's not
Correct.
mainline. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember watching my brother play Final Fantasy 9.
That one
That's the one
with Squall.
No, that's the one with Zidane.
Okay, I love that one, dude.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember watching that a lot, but I never played it.
7, I think, is a good one that really I don't know, a lot of things about it were very unique and different enough that it separated it from its previous stuff and anything that was going on around that time. But like it's really, really good story wise and everything. I would definitely recommend playing that remake, even if it's unfinished, just because it still ends from what I told on a certain, like, you still feel like, okay, you closed the book on this chapter, and then you you're happy to look forward to like the next one, the way like a season of a TV show would be or whatever.
Okay.
But with that being said, so when I was watching this trailer to the new Final Fantasy, I first thought, okay, this is just like some cinematic thing for Final Fantasy 14, because the characters look exactly the way they do in 14, like the way the body shape, the hair, the face styles, like it reeked of Final Fantasy 14, the online one.
Reeked of it.
It reeked. I was like, they're just doing a new cinematic reveal, whatever. And and then they started showing you gameplay where it's a little like hack and slash, almost a little bit of Dark Souls-y, a little bit. And I was like, oh, what the, is this like a one-off? Is this like a spin-off, or what is this like? And then they reveal at the end, right, that it's a brand new Final Fantasy. Like, holy crap, like I did not see that coming. I did not expect that. But I mean, overall looked okay. Story wise, I mean, they're throwing a lot at you. A lot of people talking about bunch of stuff, and whether it being political and everything. And I was just like, what is happening? But I feel like I need to do a rewatch of that trailer, because it didn't it didn't hit on a lot of the Final Fantasy tropes, so that's especially why it seemed a little bit different. But I mean, in the end, when I was like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna be paying attention to everything because this is a new mainline Final Fantasy, and they usually don't mess around when the new ones come out.
So from the trailer, it looked like they were bringing in summons, right?
Yeah, it looked like Ifrit, right?
At the very end there, but they also had different summons. But they were also talking about like ending summons. Do you think they're gonna like finally put an end to the crystals and the whole summoning thing and kind of go a new direction?
No, that's definitely one of the things. Or if they do, it's only in this Final Fantasy, right? Because it wouldn't be forever. They all don't happen in the same timeline or world or whatever.
This is the one that joins them all. Bang.
What? Oh my gosh, multiverse Final Fantasy.
They broke the crystal, and then now all worlds are colliding.
Oh, I got a game for you then, Rick. It's called Dissidia.
I thought you were going to say Kingdom Hearts. I was like, no, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance.
365 days, 8.5.
No, I'd rather be tarred and feathered, dude.
Damn. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I was intrigued. I was like, oh wow, I was like, I can't believe they just announced a new Final Fantasy like that, like without any kind of fanfare beforehand. They always try to
without finishing the one that they were already fucking on.
They're doing it now. Leave it alone. Also, there are rumors spreading around that this will be out by 2022. So we may not have to wait that long for this one. Yeah, that's pretty soon. Considering that whenever they announce one, it always takes them like 11 years to finish it. What?
When Mandalorian trailer came out, they're like, October. Boom.
Yeah. I like when they do that, when it's like soon.
Yeah, I love when they do that. I love it.
Yeah, same.
Like when Fallout Shelter came out.
Oh yeah, and it was like available same day. That's pretty cool.
And they were like, and you can go download it now. It's like,
But what was the second thing they showed, Caleb?
So the second thing they showed was some Spider-Man Miles Morales gameplay. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that.
I did not.
So it looks cool. It looks really cool. The only thing, it looks a little busy because he has power, the electric power. So it's like really it's like everywhere. So but I don't know if it's just the person playing that's using every single power at once just to show you. I don't know if we'd actually play like that. But it looks cool. Looks fun. I'm excited. I mean, I'm gonna buy it.
There was a bit of like cinematic moments happening in between the action, which made me think, I was like, is that gonna happen with, well, it's probably the main story fights. You're probably not the side quest that you're gonna be doing or whatever. But I mean, that was kind of cool. I forgot there was a moment where it like slowed down to do like a cool move. I forgot what it was, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, are they gonna try to add a little bit of cinematic elements to some of the fighting like that? So I don't know if that was specifically for the trailer or what, but either way, it looks
like God of War style.
Sort of, yeah. Like when you're fighting and there's
you're doing like the button prompts during the big cinematic fight.
Well, no, it wasn't like that necessarily. You could tell it was not necessarily button mashing, but obviously he's doing combos and stuff and throwing dudes around or whatever. And I think mid-fight, was something thrown at him and there was just like slow-mo kind of like dodged it, or it was something like that. And then he like keeps fighting or whatever. And I was like, oh, and they didn't really highlight it too much because there's a lot happening with the action. I mean, very heavy on like, oh, cool. Like this is gameplay. Like I can see what this is going to play like basically. And if you ever played the previous Spider-Man, the one that came out on PS4, it looked a lot like that, obviously, but with new powers. You could kind of turn invisible for a second. I think maybe that's when the slowdown happened, because he was invisible, he jumped up in the air and it was all like slow-mo, and then it like comes down to do something to the guy, and that's when it slow-moed, now that I'm remembering. But dude, yeah, you should see it. It's pretty good. Right. They even did the trope, Spider-Man pulling two things together with his webs, like that made its way into the thing a little bit.
Oh yeah.
but yeah, no, it looks good. I like the look of it.
Yeah. So we got that. And then Hogwarts game. We got a
Oh yeah,
Hogwarts
that's
game
right.
announced.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Legacy. It's supposed to be an RPG. We don't really know much because it's kind of a cinematic. They kind of show game-ish play, but we don't really know how it's going to be played out. But yeah, so it's set to be. It's supposed to come out in 2021, and yeah,
So
mostly an RPG, right?
yes.
do we know anything
mostly an
about the
RPG.
class system or anything?
Oh no, they haven't
Nothing?
said anything like that.
Nothing. Like I said, it's mostly a cinematic trailer. So
Lame.
I know they've said J.K. Rowling has mostly nothing to do with this project, so it's all non-canon stuff happening, I guess.
but my thing is too is like I don't need her to be a part of it. Honestly, like I don't want it to be like, oh, this is 10 years before Harry Potter was born or whatever. Like I hate prequel, sequel stuff. Like I just want to
You
pretend
want
like
a
I'm living in the world.
continuous lore. You just want chaos. Is that what you're
Well, no,
telling me?
I'm just saying like
Is that what you're
I don't like
telling me right
I don't
now?
like the
No.
direct prequel stuff. is
You don't
what
want
I'm
this
saying.
to make sense?
It's like, do you want all the Star Wars to all be about the Skywalkers only, Rick, or would you like a Star Wars story outside of that, like the Mandalorian?
Yes.
Well, it depends. Is the person who's writing this Skywalker story the same guy? Or is it a bunch of different dumbasses just throwing in whatever they think?
What if it's a bunch of different people doing it? You should actually watch the trailer. It's actually pretty cool looking. It looked pretty interesting. It looked like
Hold on.
all right, go for it, bro. Go for it. It looked like what you would expect a I don't know, a RPG Hogwarts game to look like, but like not shitty. You know, like those other ones that came out on the Wii that were about Harry Potter, obviously. They, like you could tell, like, oh, this just you have to be a super
Yondu Simulator style?
I mean, it's no,
Give
that
me
close to
that,
it.
dude. That would be sweet. I would go to class like that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. This one, I mean, it did show them in the classroom with like different teachers and stuff like that. So, I mean, I thought that was cool too. Is that they're adding different, like Caleb said, right? It's happening at a different time, right? This happens in the late 1800s, so it's definitely not during Harry Potter time, I guess. And so I'm with Caleb on that one. I do like the idea of it happening at a different time that is just not related to the stuff we already know. It's like, hey, give me a different story in this same world. Like, we already know the rules, right?
That.
Yeah, that's essentially, I imagine that's what something like this is going to be like. So, I don't know. That seems really, really interesting.
Get wacky with shit. That's when you can really expand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost think of it
I'm
like,
down with that.
yeah, like just extended lore that has nothing to do with the main Harry Potter, through line, basically.
But then you're gonna give me a bunch of cool shit that's non-canon, and then I can't really be all nice and giddy about it.
What? You know what? You can make it head canon.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not
Head
said.
cannon.
It's head canon.
Not said.
Head cannon.
Not said.
What else we got, Caleb?
So then after that, we had the Demon Souls gameplay also.
Oh man, that one looked pretty good. Matter of fact, so before we get into PlayStation stuff, Demon Souls Remake, that is going to be a launch title, a day one title, and that would be the game that would pick up. I always wanted to play Demon Souls. I was very, very put off by the look of it in that first one and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, Gothic, medieval Gothic stuff like looks cool, but I'm more talking like it looks like a PS2 game. You know what I mean? And that was hard for me to get into for a good while. So the fact that they're remaking it, I'm like, oh, this may be a good time to dip my toes and get in there.
Yeah.
Rick, you played, was it Dark Souls you played or was it Demon Souls?
Yeah, I played both.
Okay. Which one did you
further
play?
in Dark Souls, though.
Okay. Is that the one you
Yeah, I
played
played
for
more of Dark
the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark
okay.
Souls, not Demon Souls, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know they're not necessarily related, Dark Souls and Demon Souls, right? Like story-wise and stuff, but
Sure.
They it's obviously it's the same kind of gameplay and stuff. So this one looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool too. I'm really tempted to get it, but I'm afraid because everyone says it's a game where it's like you die a lot. I don't know if that's gonna put me off. But I don't know.
Do you like any roguelike games?
Huh?
Do you play any games that are roguelike?
No.
No? Well, okay. So then, yeah.
I've never played it before. That's the thing.
Well, a roguelike would be like any game where you would play and then your progress is gone and you kind of have to just start again.
Yeah, no.
But you kind of have differently random stuff. Okay. So yeah, I would say it's if you like roguelikes, then you would like Dark Souls because it's more of a challenge where it's like, here's your checkpoint and it's like you have to do all this correctly, but if you get frustrated, and that one misstep can fuck you, so you have to be on your A game the entire time. It's kind of like finding that Zen in yourself in a way.
Okay.
At least that's what I get when I play.
And
it's
no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, because as you're playing, this part's easy, and if you rush yourself and you get frustrated with it, you're gonna have bad results, or you're not gonna be as clean. And if you were to just be focused the entire time and just do the task, then you can get a lot further, And yeah, there's that real peacefulness to it, but also very frustratingness to it. Great.
And there's different types. There's some that will, even though you're restarting, you're still progressing towards something, whether it's, I don't know, upgrading your home base or something like that, or hey, you get to keep these permanent upgrades once you've saved up enough money to kind of put money, there'll be stuff that they call them roguelites, and because you are dying and starting all over again, but you're still kind of banking money or experience or whatever into a thing or multiple things like upgrades or something. So depends on the roguelike, but that's definitely one of the things that put me off about the Souls games, especially, was that whole of I gotta start all over again or whatever. That to me seemed,
if you don't want to be mega frustrated, I would suggest just turning off the multiplayer, because then you'll just get assholes who are higher level who are just gonna come and fucking kill you for fun, and that can stop your enjoyment for a bit. So if you turn that off, then it's just you're playing the game, and if you die once, you need to get back to that point and reclaim your souls. Because if you die again without reclaiming your souls, they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then that's basically your money. So your souls are your money, your currency to buy things, to buy items or spells or whatever the shit you're buying, right? So yeah, that's where that experience too. You use them for experience as well.
And so the thing I'll tell you about those kinds of games, Caleb, I again, I haven't really played the Souls games, but I've played similar games that are very masochistic, and I know that those types of games do feel the most rewarding most of the time, because you're like, dude, I worked so hard. I worked so hard. I know what I was doing this time, or you feel good because you feel like I conquered this game or whatever. And without even playing it, I know that's definitely the appeal to that type of stuff. So I think when this comes out in November, I'm gonna definitely pick that up, assuming I'm able to get one because of pre-orders, but we'll get into that later.
Then we had another Resident Evil trailer. Just kind of more of the same, nothing special there, I don't think.
The village.
Again, more of the same.
More awesome of the same.
I mean, I guess you want to talk about that. I didn't.
No, it's fine. No, it was more Oddworld. I can't wait to play that, just because I love Lauren Lanning. I'll say it every time. They showed.
You say it every time.
I do. He's an excellent person. One of the ones you skipped over after Hogwarts was the Black Ops. I know they showed a little bit of gameplay, but they did announce that exclusively for PlayStation 5 owners, or PlayStation 4, I'm sorry, You can preload and play the alpha like this weekend even and stuff like that. So
cool.
you know, this weekend if you can already preload.
And PlayStation also gets the Black Ops also gets Spider-Man first.
I mean, that's one of their big exclusives. So I mean, that's Sony's thing, right? Is they're making a push for that, and I guess we'll get into that later also.
I mean, they got to make Spider-Man money somehow. Since
Yeah, well, because I'm
referencing
the dang Marvel game, you know.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Yeah, Black Ops. Yeah,
it's whatever.
It's another Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
The other big thing that they announced was the PlayStation Plus collection for PS5.
Yes, they did.
So, essentially, if I got this correct, part of the PS Plus subscription, and you get like 20 of the exclusive games that you can just download. Like once you have it, you just download the game that you want. It's not. I like that it's not like a complete competitor against Game Pass, you know, because they're like, well, we can't compete right now. I guess if they want to build it up.
Yeah.
So they're like, here's just 20 exclusive games that we got, and just enjoy them when you can. So it's like, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
I don't think they plan to either. They did release some statements after that because people were like, "Oh, are these going to be? Can we play those games on PS4? Is this going to be a future thing? Are you going to be adding games and losing games? You know, the way Game Pass does." Yeah. And they said for right now, we are. This is all we have. Like, obviously they're being very cagey about it, but I think that the fact that they even had to do it is obviously a response to something like Game Pass because something like that, they bring a lot of value. I think if not already, sometime this month they were supposed to add the EA games in there as well. The EA Play stuff is going to be part of that also. Which Pass is a massive value add to Game Pass, especially. As far as they're saying, this is not going to be like a Game Pass thing. Like they're not going to, at least for right now, they're not going to be adding PS5 games to that. This is just like hey, PlayStation Plus collection, the best PS4 games, you can play them on PS5 when it comes out or whatever. So I think they're trying to give you even more of a reason to, get on that train.
For sure. So, so that's that. That looks pretty cool. I'm excited for that. I mean, yeah, more free games. I'm down. I'm not gonna say no to that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They also had a Devil May Cry special edition announced. I haven't cared since like the third one.
Same.
Another Deathloop gameplay. Again, the game looks.
That game is definitely going to be a roguelike or roguelite, whatever.
Well,
but
I think with that game, like, I think it's going to be either really going to like it's going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. I feel like it's going to be one or the other when it comes out.
I think it's going to be good. It's like you're trying to stop this certain scenario every time. It's got that like I don't know, but like that spycraft kind of theme to it / Tarantino's like Planet Terror or Death Proof. Like, it's got like a certain artistic aesthetic to it that I think is kind of cool. But the gameplay looks crazy. Like you kind of have powers in some of them, right? Or something like that, aside from the weapons you have. So it's this very cool loop that you're trying to do to like kill all these top dudes every time. And almost like what feels like, did you ever play The Club on Xbox 360?
No.
It was basically like a bonus point game where you're shooting dudes to get bonus points, but like it's multiple runs and you're trying to get a higher, better score every time. It almost struck me something like that. Obviously without the points. Yeah. Obviously this didn't have points or whatever, but the fact that you're going to be doing multiple loops, different runs, trying to kill or assassinate these people or whatever. I liked the idea of that, of like, oh cool, like let me do a run through this with maybe this character. I don't know if you're playing different characters or not. I would assume maybe you would. I don't know. But it looked cool, man. I like the way Deathloop looks.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
The other thing that was announced is another 5 Nights at Freddy's game or something.
Security breach.
Security breach. So I'm sure y'all's kids are excited.
Bro, I'm excited.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, okay. No, I don't know. I mean, they didn't really show anything. So, I mean, they've done different things with those games lately. They've made like RPG style stuff. They've had simulators. Like they've the guy, I forgot his name already, but he's definitely been trying to branch out from the static checking cameras deals or whatever. So I don't know. Who knows what this one will be?
You're gonna have a battle royale or what?
You imagine? in a pizza parlor. That'd be kind of cool.
Pizza parlor, dude. That would be fucking cool.
Then the last game.
Animatronic.
Yeah.
The last game, like after the prices, which we'll get to, they announced is God of War 2.
Ragnarok, baby.
Coming out next year. What the heck, next year?
Yeah, man, that's soon already. I'm sure this COVID stuff slowed them down or whatever,
Yeah,
but
sure.
he has been, Corey Barlog has been working on this for a little bit. He has kind of hinted here and there, but this is the first official, like, hey, yeah, the game's in the works. It's the thing. They didn't really show much, Rick. I don't know if you saw it. It was basically just the God of War logo with writings on it and stuff like that. But this looks cool, man. It's Ragnarok. So I think we're gonna probably see more of the Norse gods in there. That seems kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to fight Thor. That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or Odin. Oh, because they were talked about so much in that first game, and I'm like, are we gonna fight them?
Oh God,
but it never came to be. So I think in this game,
dude, I want to play it again.
Dude, it's so fun. Dude, there's so many times where I'm like, I want to replay God of War, and I just do it. But it's really good.
It was fun going through that game.
Then finally, they released the price to the PlayStation 5 and the digital edition. PlayStation 5 is officially $4.99, and the digital is $3.99. Officially.
Which
Xbox got announced first, right?
Xbox did go first, and then PlayStation saw that opportunity to like undercut them on price. But I think what PlayStation's putting out right now, it's basically. It's a good price, right? They're maybe taking a hit on the cost of their hardware a little bit, whereas now it seems like, okay, this seems like a fair price for consumers. You know what I mean? Because PlayStation, widely known to like not want to take a hit on hardware. Their stuff's usually more expensive. They do proprietary like memory cards and all that kind of stuff all the time. But I think this is a good, fair price. Like this is where everyone kind of saw them at. But you get the cheaper option, right? You're getting, if you want to go the $3.99 route, if you don't want to stick with the $4.99, so there's that at least.
Okay, I have a question.
What's up?
Why would you buy a digital edition?
If you don't want to carry shit like this around with you everywhere, that's one. If you don't want to get up from your couch to go put in the discs either, that's another one.
Well, for me, my thing is like if I buy a game and I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna play this game again. I'll just go to GameStop and like get money from it or whatever. I've done that lots of times. I still do that, even though they don't give a whole lot. But I'm like, what else am I gonna sell it?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like for me, it's like that's not worth it because I still trade in my games. Like Last of Us 2, like I was like, I want to buy it because I want to see what happens. I want to see what everyone's talking about. Like I want to be part of what's going on. And then once I was done, I was like, well, I'm never going to play this game again. I'll probably never play it. So then I was like, well, I'm going to go trade it in. And sure enough, I ended up getting Ghost of Tsushima for like $20 because I turned that in. So it was like, it's like, it's worth it to have, I don't know why, coming from me, I don't know why you would have a digital edition if you can't return games that you buy.
Yeah.
Unless it's cheaper. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like you can lend them either.
I guess it depends on the person and their conditions that they're in. But sometimes, I mean, if the future is just headed towards digital, you could just have a digital system and not give a shit about physical copies at all.
Rick, where do you see yourself on that, though?
Probably physical for me, only because I like to have physical things.
I feel like I prefer
if
going.
my internet ever fucking goes out, I have the physical disc. I could just pop that in and play instead of having to connect to the internet and then having to check or verify and all that.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Yeah. Because sometimes my internet's shouty here, so if I can't play like online multiplayer game, I'm like, well, I'll just play one of my, play something that pop my disc in that doesn't need, the internet, and I'll just be good to go.
Yeah.
So, if you're one of those, people who are just well off and just doesn't really give a shit, and you just have a digital system, and you're just like, yeah, download it and just buy it.
Yeah. I mean, it could be.
I could see that.
I could see a situation where parents are maybe getting them for their kids. I mean, everything's just digital download most of the time, anyways. If they say like, oh, I'm saving $100 and whatever, he's gonna get a free to play game anyway. If they're playing Fortnite or something like that, it definitely kind of skews in that direction for like value ads or whatever. So we're looking at the difference between the Xbox lineup versus PS4, what they each have to offer and stuff, right? The Xbox has a $299.
Xbox wins, don't they?
I don't know. Do they? A lot of people right now are skewed in PlayStation's direction because of the game lineup, for sure.
Because of the what?
They get their games, their lineup.
Okay.
Xbox. So here's the big thing against Xbox.
We're talking about hardware right now. We're not talking about games, right? Because Xbox games will come, right? And so will PlayStation games. They will.
Will they though?
Do people know that though? Is the question.
I mean, if you don't, then you haven't been playing games long, have you?
That's also a good
You
point.
you haven't been in this game for a while, bro. This is the way shit works. There's gonna be games coming out. Right now, Xbox even has the better fucking game lineup platform, Game Pass.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the best thing to have. But that's it. It's like it stops with Game Pass.
That's definitely their push.
They're gonna come.
Yeah, the games will come. I think, but a lot of people are saying, why am I going to buy an Xbox on day one if I can already pay all the Game Pass stuff right now, right? And so you look at Halo being pushed back, and it's like, okay, well, what's the big launch game I'm getting? For some people, right, that's important. They're like, oh, I want to get the new game. I got the new hardware. I want to see how this thing looks, right? So that, of course, right? So you're thinking people are like, okay, I'm getting a PlayStation now, and I'm already able to get new games, right? Whether it's Miles Morales. Actually, Miles Morales is coming out on, with new graphics. You're getting Dark Souls.
It's a launch
PS4.
Title.
Yeah, but it's going to come out on PS4 also.
Is it?
Yes, it is. So Miles Morales coming out on PS4 and PS5 on launch day. I think so. I think so is Godfall. That's coming out on launch day, as well as what were we just talking about? Dark Souls. Demon Souls. So Rick, that's the complaint, right? Is that like, oh, well, what are they going to have that's next gen? Kind of, at least I don't think they've announced what next gen titles are going to have on Xbox on launch day. But they do have Game Pass. They're going to have EA Play. Essentially, if you have that new console, you're still playing Game Pass games and all that on it. But that's why people are saying, well, why am I going to buy an Xbox right now if I can already play that on my Xbox One right now?
So right? Xbox hasn't announced anything good then, right?
No, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is Xbox doesn't have any like solid exclusive games. All they have is Game Pass. And then, Game Pass is great. Not dissing it, but I'm just saying that's all they have, and so it's like that's not worth it for me. Well, like I would do
if you could afford one system. Which system would you get?
PS5.
Frank?
Easy, no competition.
Dude, I'm still. You know what? Okay, so here's here's where it becomes a thing for me because I don't know. I want to get both, right? I want to get both whenever they do come out.
You can only get one. Which do you choose?
I would maybe go with a PS5 right now. Maybe. PS5. If I can get my hands on one, here's the problem, right? This is the other thing that came out is at the thing they were saying, actually Jeff Keighley's Twitter same day was like, hey, pre-orders are going to go live tomorrow, so get ready, whatever. And there seemed to be no cohesive understanding because pre-orders went live that day at different times, different retailers. and the PS5 is sold out, and obviously nowhere in sight right now. A lot of sites crashing and stuff. People were upset. So the fact that you can't even get one right now, that's, I think, causing more fervor, right? Because people are just clamored for those things right now, and they're sold out. So Xbox, in response to that, they see all this chaos, all these pissed off people at, the PS5 pre-order stuff. They said, hey, they're going to come out, what was it, September 20-something, 22nd, something like that. And and we will give you more than enough time we'll give you the exact time and date or whatever. So kind of throwing shade at them a little bit. But yeah, it's chaos out there right now. To find PS5s right now, probably chaos. I don't know if they're going to do second and third waves, maybe, of pre-orders before then, but supposedly they already made like over 1 million on consoles, like pre-orders specifically.
This is my big problem, like with the showcase yesterday. Like, I didn't feel like we needed another game showcase because the system is coming out in 2 months. Okay. And they didn't tell us like, oh, hey, by the way, it's coming out tomorrow. Oh, hey, this is how the PlayStation collection works. Like, I feel like my big problem was that with the showcase is that a lot of the things we found out were from articles or people releasing something right after, like, okay, so this is how this is going to work. Oh, these are launch titles. Like, nothing was like, all the games didn't say when they were coming out, just like maybe a year or whatever. Yeah. But like, the only reason we know they're launch titles is because we either see it on Target website or because someone told us. It's like, that's why I had a big problem with the showcase yesterday, is because I was like, dude, this console comes out in 2 months. You need to tell us like what's going on. People want to buy. If you want to get people to buy, like, let them know what's going on. But like, they didn't say anything. And they just had another game showcase. I was like, I don't need another game showcase. I'm like, just tell me what's happening. I was kind of frustrated by that, and like the fact that they just dropped it on us, like, oh yeah, I pre-ordered it, and like, what? What do you mean we can pre-order it? Like, what the heck? And so that's why there's all this chaos and stuff.
Yes.
So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, I got until tomorrow morning. People go to bed because, like, I think Amazon, like, almost like at midnight, their shit went live or something like that. So definitely a lot of upset people about that. So what else you got, Caleb? I think that pretty much wraps up our console stuff.
Yeah, wraps up all the console stuff. Nothing. I mean, November 12th is the release date. 19th for everywhere else, and and hope Cyberpunk comes out sometime this year. Please.
Yeah, just let them take their time with it, man.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right. But I just want to play it already.
Yeah, I know.
They're having an event today again. I'm like, that's cool, but I want to play it already. So, but yeah, that should be it of all the headlines I got. I don't got any other big headlines. Really big ones like that. So,
no, I think that was kind of the big thing, right?
Yeah. Big thing that happened in the past 2 weeks.
What, Rick?
The Facebook stuff, no?
That's right. Facebook, a couple of days ago, they announced their Oculus Quest 2 was happening. Essentially saying that, hey, you 100% have to have a Facebook to be able to use Oculus Quest. It's also going to be their only VR headset on the market. They're not going to make any more. They're going to stop production on all other VR headsets. And so a lot of people are obviously not happy with that, especially because it's losing well, you could still technically buy a cable to connect it to the computer, but for something like that, it's come down to a $299. It's a little bit cheaper. It's supposed to be better, right? They were talking about the screen being better and all of that, but it just kind of sucks that they're taking away a lot of that to basically keep it on like a Facebook only kind of lockdown deal.
Yeah. I mean, it does kind of suck that you got to be logged into Facebook and stuff. But I mean, once you get past it, it's fine, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've already, modding this one and shit and playing all these other different games that are fun as hell.
Yeah.
But I did see that they also announced that they're going to have a Warhammer 40K VR game.
Oh, is that part of that conference or
That was
what?
part of that conference, dude.
What?
They announced a Warhammer VR 40K game where you play as a Sister of Battle.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's
And,
what's the gameplay like?
Just shooting a shitload of stuff.
Okay.
Using a bunch of iconic.
But is it like
weapons
first
and
person,
stuff.
first person, third
Yeah,
person?
yeah, first person.
Oh,
It's VR.
interesting. That's pretty cool. There aren't a lot of really good VR shooters in my opinion, but there's a couple that stand out. So if that one's done really well, I think that could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
What about Half-Life Alex, huh?
That was
Oh
great,
man, that's like
That was
probably
great.
the best one.
So far, it's the best game I played on VR.
Oh, wow.
Hands down, yeah.
But I think that was it. I think that was it for news then. Caleb.
Yep. That was it. That's all your headlines for today, folks.
Cool, man. Thanks for keeping up on those because I live under a rock,
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you do.
and
I know you do.
under my rock, I've been doing some stuff, guys.
What you
Been
doing,
watching.
man?
I've
I
been
don't want to hear
watching.
about that. Oh,
I've been watching some things.
yeah, what you been watching?
Yeah, I told you about one of them. I
Oh,
guess
yeah?
we'll
What
start.
did you tell me about?
I finished Umbrella Academy season 2.
Anime season 2.
Yeah, it's probably how long ago? Y'all probably finished this
Too long, man.
2 or 3
Too
weeks ago. So I guess the quick thing I'll say on that was it's okay.
What'd you think about Diego's hair?
Oh god, I hated it still.
Did it grow
I
on you,
was like,
bro?
they're
Did it grow
gonna
on you?
they're gonna cut this thing at some point, aren't they? They're gonna
Do you like
they
him?
can't do a whole show with Diego's hair like this, can they?
But he looks
Can
like
they?
Antonio Banderas. That was so
Oh,
good. It was
yeah,
worth
that
the line.
you know what
So
that
good.
it might be worth that line, honestly. It was
So like he took that as such a good compliment. Fuck yeah.
yeah, he did. And I was like, god damn, I cracked up. I was like, okay, all right. I guess maybe it's worth the joke. But I thought it was kind of cool with the I guess that girl turning out to be like their I want to say sister, right? Because they were like, welcome to the family type stuff. But the fact that they kind of, which was my question all along, right, is like, well, obviously there's probably other kids other than just those 7 that
Well,
were born on
I
that
mean,
day.
Yeah, even in the very beginning of season 1, it says that there was like 70 some that were born.
Yeah.
And he only
Oh, they
had
did give
7.
an amount.
Yeah,
Okay.
they gave an amount, and he only had 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I thought it was weird that she had like all of their powers. Like she had Vanya's powers. She had
I think her
Five's
power is
powers.
more to absorb theirs and then be able to use it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't
Okay. I
think
could see that.
She has all of their powers at once.
Okay. I could see that. Yeah, like maybe she was like a mirror, right? Or she's able to copy or something, maybe.
Right.
Right.
It's one of my favorite powers. Like to borrow from someone else. Like, oh, borrow from
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
Teeth.
Doing man.
Yeah.
Absorbing.
Absorbing Man.
Yeah.
Classic Absorbing Man.
Bring
Have all his
bringing it back.
comics.
You don't. Lies.
So
What'd you
yeah, I
think
finished.
about, so, what'd you think about Hargreaves then? Do you think he's a fucking alien? Because
Oh, dude.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah, that looked like that's what that was, especially because that guy threatened him, right? He's like, "Oh, if you don't, we're gonna tell everyone what you really are, who you really are, or some shit like that." And
Takes
then
off
he
his
takes
fucking-
off his mask. Is that because he's from a different timeline though? You know how like
Is he an alien? And then they go back, and the cliffhanger is you got the Phoenix Academy.
was it they were called Phoenix? No, they were Sparrow.
Or the-
Sparrow Academy.
Yeah.
There you go. It was a
And
bird.
then Ben, just super emo Ben, is there
Live.
with his hair in his face, real like Spider-Man 3, and I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen now? You know what, Ben is actually one of my favorite characters of the show because he seems to be like the most grounded. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. The most grounded character of that show. And it is, I think, one of the more frustrating things for me is that Klaus never did he ever reveal to everyone that Ben is just there all the time, or
No, he didn't.
right? He like
I thought
No,
they
he-
kind of found out once. I thought. No,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, when Ben sees what's his name, and he's like, "Hey, look, it's me. It's Ben." Diego.
Yeah.
oh, that's right. That was that one time. But like he never like told everyone else, did he? Like, hey guys, I can
No.
actually. I
No,
saw
he really
Ben,
asked
our
about it and
dead
just
brother.
kept it to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when they were voting, he was like, nope, he didn't give Ben a vote.
And that's
That's why,
what.
like,
It's a very dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's very frustrating for me that like Ben's right there, and Klaus is usually too messed up to like have him help or to conjure him in any way, right?
I mean, I feel
And-
like
and
sorry. continue.
The fact that he's even like, okay, he's invisible. His family is right there in front of him all the time, and he can't talk to them. How is he not more pissed that Klaus has not acknowledged his existence to them? I would be. I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those disconnects where, for me especially, I'm like, dude, like, this thing that was permanent, which is death, like that's permanent. That's you can't come back from that. And here someone did, and you're not even telling everyone he did. I don't know. To me, that just the weight that carries doesn't feel, I don't know, important, or like they're just kind of throwing it off, which I guess you could say, oh, Klaus, he just doesn't care. But it's like, but it's family, right? Why wouldn't you tell your family that your other family members right here and he can see and talk to you all through me or something,
Because they had a fucked up upbringing, because their dad was a dick.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's the thing. I want to like Klaus more, but because he does stuff like that, I'm like, man, I just you get on my nerves sometimes, man.
But then it's like, the reason he does shit like that is because he's always got to be bruised up to stop talking to ghosts because he's scared of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, it makes sense that he does all this stupid shit because he's out of his fucking mind. He's not in the right set.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love the Klaus character. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love him. He's really, really good. I think
Mm.
it's just that it's just one of those little tidbits that I find a
I feel
little bit
like,
frustrating.
Yeah, they could have expanded more on Ben's grief on not being able to communicate with anybody besides a drunken Klaus or a fucking stoned Klaus all the time.
Or at least have a moment where like he tells them and they can kind of talk to Ben in some way, or he conjures Ben, because
I think that's what's going to be the third season. That's kind of where they're headed, right? Because now Ben's back in the picture and he's not dead anymore. Now he's going to be alive.
But now he's like someone else, though, right? He's not.
Right. But we're going to get more of that Ben-ness because he's going to be the antagonist more likely.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else to bring up in that show. I wish they would have brought back Hazel a little more. Again? I don't know if I hate Vanya or if I just don't like Ellen Page anymore.
Okay, I
Could y'all help me with this?
Same fucking. I was like, listen, lumberjack bitch, I'm done. I'm done with you. I don't care. You and Sissy can go fuck yourselves. I don't care. Like, damn. Same. I don't know if that's the character or if that's the actress there just really putting me off, where I'm just like,
also because the character feels like Ellen Page too, so it's like, it's hard to disconnect because like, well, it feels like the same person,
right? It's like the same one.
This is already how I see Ellen Page, and she's acting the same, so it's like it's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah. I had to know. I was like, is her huge forehead like, is that makeup or is that like a wig? Like did they do this? No, that's her real. That's her real the receding hairline thing going on.
You think she would be like? You think she'd allow shit like that, dude? No, man, she's hard feminist, bro. Hard butch.
I I don't know. I was just like, what is she doing with her hair? So I looked, right. I'm like, does she really have her hair like that? And like she does, but like she usually has like bangs or something. Like, I mean, obviously she was on red carpets. Yeah, like she looks pretty or something, but like that hair, that's her hair. I was like, holy shit. Like, that's crazy. I don't know if that means
You're mean, Frank. You're mean.
Nino, you're a meanie.
Leave her alone, all right?
Yeah, okay. Okay.
She's just trying to bang Sissy and have that kid around and be all weird. So
Hey,
she transfers her power to
yeah. You're getting closer to what I wanted to bring up. Go ahead.
So she transfers her power to him while she gives him CPR.
Mhm.
Right? That's what the little lights are. So then he starts to have some sort of like, okay, so can she pass her power on to humans?
Apparently,
kid,
right? Because she was giving him
That
CPR.
kid's not born on their birthday, right? So he's not.
He's
special.
not. Yeah.
He's not one of the special kids.
Mhm.
He's a normal autistic boy.
Yeah.
Who had superpowers after she gave him CPR in that light. So that to me says Vanya can transfer her power, some of her power, to others.
Yes.
Which is like, which is my thing is too, is like, how many powers does she have? And her powers become more confusing to me. Because I already don't know what her power is in the first place.
That was my big question.
From what I understood, it's she controls waves, right? Like
sound waves.
Vibrating sound waves. Vibrating sound waves, she can control that and then kind of create, because she's not trained in her power, right? So the only thing she can do with it right now is just that kind of like big blast.
Yeah.
Right? So she'll take the sounds around her and then she'll amplify them to a big, force push, basically. Yeah. I think that's it, right? But so much of that can explode the entire fucking world.
Yeah, but that's the thing too, is at the end of the first season, she shoots the little laser beam to the moon, which, ends up killing the Earth.
Right,
but
it's like a focused all that energy into a fine point, and then it shot out of her to the moon.
But she also becomes
instead of being a wave, it was, concentrated.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like when she does that, she also becomes like Demon Vanya, I guess. I don't know.
Well, even in this one, yeah, every time she's using her powers, she becomes, light skinned and white eyed and like all Demon Vanya.
It would be cool if like
comics, she has a transformation she turns into.
Yeah, like she is like an actual violin or something, like, right? Or her body's very violin-like.
Violin-like, and she's real of light. Yeah. So she does have a transformation.
Mm-hmm.
But
what I thought was cool was they showed us Diego kind of has like magnetism powers.
Oh, yeah. Well, because, his whole thing is being able to control projectiles, right? But I thought that only applied to a projectile he threw, right? But then he like stops the bullets because technically they're projectiles. And he's like throwing them off to the side rather than back at him, which was kind of dumb. I was like, why would you just not throw those back at him? But he threw them off to the side. Okay, whatever. So I think that's where I think it's that magnetism. I mean, I would even buy it if they're like, they're not using all of their power, like My Hero style of like, you have this power. You don't even know the full, breadth of your power yet or whatever. Like, that'd be kind of cool.
I feel like that's what Anya is, right? That's where Anya's at.
Yeah. But I think they're so wishy-washy about her powers, man. Like, honestly, they should just keep it to her being able to do sound, vibration stuff, which, okay, whatever. I'll buy that could be a bomb, right? Or even have megaton damage. But the fact that, like, she's there, having these tentacles come out to, like, suck the life from them, like, basically telekinesis these people into the air and take their life force from them, and being able to transfer her power into this kid's mouth. Like, I don't know. I just feel like she's too OP. She's too OP.
I agree.
So I give that show a C. I give Vanya an F, and I give the show a C. It's okay.
Oh, wow.
It's okay.
I wasn't as invested this time around.
Absolutely. Wasn't as invested as I was the first time around. I did
enjoy the scene with 5 and older 5.
No, those were kind of funny.
The whole fart.
The psychosis or whatever. Yeah. And the flatulence and everything.
Dude, that was hilarious. I enjoyed that.
Before I had even seen the show or whatever, all these memes were coming out of like Five's like face or whatever, and like half of them were from that episode where he's just like making all these like faces or whatever. I was cracking up like seeing those finally or whatever. It was so good. So that was pretty good. So honestly, the reason I give the show a C, especially, is because like kind of basically mostly nothing happens for the first 6 episodes. It's just you see what they're up to. They're running into each other a little bit, and they're kind of putting little things here and there, but like nothing to get you excited, right? It's like they had an idea. Oh, okay, they go to. This felt like a huge side quest. It was just like, oh, you guys go to the 60s and we get to change your clothes for a little bit and you guys get into these little shenanigans, and then but you're gonna go back anyway, like you know what I mean? Like it just felt very like I felt like I wasted a lot of time.
But Diego had to save JFK. I
don't
love
know.
that.
Okay,
Like since the first season, they explained that it was Five who fucking was supposed to assassinate JFK.
Yeah.
And then in this season, it's just Diego trying to figure out who it is that's gonna assassinate JFK, and we the viewers have known that it's been Five since season 1, and he's just fucking running around with a chicken with his head cut off, man. It's hilarious.
Well, that's kind of bothering me too. Is like, I'm like, dude, if you save JFK, like you know it's gonna mess up the timeline. So why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like I didn't understand that.
Better timeline. You save JFK, you get the better timeline.
What happened?
Oh no!
I
blanked out for
I
us.
broke your argument.
He just Vanya. He got a new power, a new Vanya power. Just break communication now. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that was hilarious. Him like such a just running across to like tackle that person or whatever. That was pretty funny. Like,
dude, his like that whole scene where he's just running. And you can see it in him, dude, where he's just like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna save JFK.
I'm gonna be a fucking hero, like an American hero. Dude, you felt it, man. I loved it. That scene was great. It was great.
Yeah.
And then it's great to be all for naught.
And there were funny moments here and there. The show mostly did feel like somber and stuff. There were I don't know, man. I don't know what it was about this season. Just it wasn't too crazy about it.
Felt kind of like Aqua Teen, Hunger Force.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where it's like superheroes in their downtime.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, which I guess for some people, like they want to have that, like that fan service. Like, oh, give me these characters in a not so serious thing. But I don't know. Them having to stop the end of the world still feels serious to me. So. It was definitely less fan servicey and just more like, oh, you guys could have maybe gone in a different direction with this.
Or my thing is too is like maybe you could have done it like 2 or 3 episodes shorter, like knock 2 or 3 episodes off. Like okay, a solid like this many episodes and like condense that story.
You take out all that Vanya shit and it would have been better.
Seriously.
Honestly, you take out that Vanya subplot and everything, and it would be better.
It would have been tighter. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think it needed to be tighter because I'm like, man, like 50, like or it's like an hour each episode, and I'm like, dude, they gotta get through this. Like, it's just,
yeah, it did feel like a slog, man. C-.
Just keep going down.
Just keep going lower and lower. All right, but yeah, that was Umbrella Academy, man. That was like a 2 days. I think I did the last like 6 episodes. I pushed through.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also saw the Mulan movie remake deal.
Mulan.
Not even a remake. The live action. Did y'all get to see that?
I saw that
adaptation.
Yes, very good.
With you.
But you saw it separately on your own.
Me?
Did you?
No.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I've seen lots of reviews for it, so I feel like I've seen it.
Are you gonna? Well, I feel like you're probably gonna want to watch it at some point, right?
I mean, when it becomes free, I'll see it, but
Okay.
I don't care.
What do you know about the Mulan movie from what you've read?
I know Mulan is a Chinese-based character.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. No, I know that in this movie it is. Wait, are you asking me about the movie, right?
Yeah, I want to know everything you know about the movie so I know what I can talk about.
Gotcha. So
right.
I know that.
Give it to me. So,
there's no singing for sure.
yeah, no singing. Correct.
Spoilies if you don't want the spoilies. No singing, no Mushu, no cricket. No, what's his name? Her leader. I forget. Shang. No Shang.
No Shang.
So basically she starts off as a little girl, and she already starts off in the beginning with her chi. She has the chi. She does like crouching tiger moves where she can flip around and jump on buildings and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that it happens pretty quickly that like it's like, okay, like the army comes, she's like, I'm gonna go instead, and then just changes right away, like, here I go. And which I heard, like, the big thing is, like, in the cartoon she has that whole reflection song, and it's like, what do I do? Should I do this? Like, trying to really like contemplate on what she's about to do, but in the movie she's just like, wait, let me do it. I'm a soldier now. so that's that, and then yeah, there's some like sort of training montages without "I'll make a man out of you."
Yeah.
There's a witch.
That was sad. Yes, there is. New witch character.
There's a witch character, which
was weird.
Which she becomes like her friend at the end. She gives her like the "you go girl"
dude
type of thing.
You've seen the whole movie. What the hell? That's the whole movie.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
And then at the last battle, she's like, "I'm gonna use all my chi."
And then she does a Kamehameha, right? And she like destroys the dude.
And
no, I was kidding. She doesn't do that.
House of Flying Daggers. She's just like, and she's just throwing her sword everywhere and catching it. And
yeah. You everything you said pretty much on point. Well, those are all the things, right? Is probably upset people is that it wasn't. Okay, so here's the thing. It felt very much like a juxtaposition between like a period movie and like this kids movie or something, and like they were trying to strike a balance between the two. The whole thing about her being little and jumping around like that felt weird because you see the awesome like just the traditional like structures. Yeah, it is, but she also moved weird, right? It was just it was not only like
you had fucking wire work on a child. It's weird.
Yeah, you had wire work on her. It looked weird. You're like, what? Like, she's this kid with like superpowers already and stuff, and they did make a whole thing about it being chi, that she just has a bunch of it and everything. So she's already awesome. She's been awesome her entire life, and at the end, it's just I guess it's her showing that she is awesome or whatever, I guess, rather than I'm sorry, go ahead.
Didn't China ban the movie?
Did they?
I think so, right?
I don't know.
There was something I forgot. Yeah, I think you're sort of correct, but I forgot what it was.
Unofficial news.
I did not know that, but if that happened, I mean, that's crazy. Aside from the chi stuff, obviously the inclusion of that new character, which I'm not sure what the point of her was supposed to be, other than like, I'm like you. It basically is supposed to show this is the path I took. Like, you can take this path and become me, or or not, And I think it's so stupid. I'm just gonna tell you the way she dies, Caleb.
Okay.
So that character dies, right? But the way she died, she's literally standing next to dude with bow and arrow, who has his sights aimed on what's her name? What's her name of this movie?
Mulan.
He has his sights aimed on Mulan. He's about to kill her, and she sees this happening, and instead of stopping him or pushing him or whatever, she flies, turns into her bird self because she transforms. to stop the arrow. And like, it shoots her. The arrow shoots her instead. I was like, what? What? She was right next to him.
One of these would have been better. She would have lived.
She could have just done that. Or just this. Just do this to the while he's aiming.
Legit, she could have just flashed him.
It was.
It would have worked just as fine.
It was the stupidest. It was the stupidest thing. At one point, she also like causes an avalanche by like throwing some rock into the thing. It felt very.
No, what happened for the avalanche was she got them to shoot the fucking mountain.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh look, these guys are shooting artillery on our boys. Let me sneak up behind them and pretend like there's 5 of us, so that these guys are like, hey, turn all the artillery around and aim it at that one little mound 5 meters in front of us. Oh shit, we're hitting the mountain. Now there's an avalanche and we all die." Mulan's a tacticianer, right?
Yeah.
This shows her prowess. Dude,
It was dumb, dude. It was not good. Like, I understand, okay, it's a kids movie, they're gonna want to add fantastical elements to it. I think they just chose the wrong elements to add to this thing, man.
And her family symbol was, instead of the dragon for Mushu, it was a phoenix.
Yeah, it was a phoenix.
So they changed that.
I thought you said something else. I was like, whoa.
Disney, baby.
I mean, I want to shit on the movie completely. I mean, some of it was really well done. Okay, I'll do it.
Do it.
I don't know. The parts with the dad was sad or whatever, right? He's there like trying to accept that scroll for the first time and he's falling. Like, I felt bad for him. I was like, oh shit, dude. I mean, there was moments like that where you're like, oh man, but it looked like period piece wise, like the costumes, the sets and everything, it looked really good. It's just a shame of what they did with everything else literally around that. Like the only actual through line, I'm sorry, Rick, I'll let you finish right now. The only actual through line that, like, the only thing these two movies have in common is they're both about a girl who accepts going to the army in place of her dad. That is the only through line that like is the same with both of these movies. Everything else is completely different.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I was going to say that this movie felt like all the magic and story elements of Mulan from the original cartoon were taken away. And then they added this new, different kind of magic and storytelling to it and completely muddied the waters.
And also, the bad guys weren't even the same. It wasn't the Huns, right?
No, they weren't. They weren't.
Yeah,
the
it was
Huns.
a different.
It was a completely made up team of bad guys who were like ninjas / Mongols. Yeah, I think that's what it was. They don't want to piss off anyone, but it's like I don't know these.
It was a real invasion.
But it's like, why would the Mongol bad guy be wearing like eyeshadow and shit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It's cool, and he's a bad guy, so he wears eyeshadow.
Yeah, like they're all in all black, and what bothered me is that he's got like smoky eye, like I don't know, man. It wasn't even war paint. I would buy it if it was war paint. It wasn't even that. It was literally smoky eye, kind of makeup around his eyes. I was like, what are they doing, dude? Like,
they want you to know he's the villain.
Okay.
That's what it is. Like, you can tell that's the villain.
Yeah.
See?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they looked kind of cool. They're all like in black. They're like ninjas almost, but like / Mongols or whatever. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just it fell flat for me. A lot of the stuff they did.
Cartoon had a better story.
Oh, for sure, man. I watched the cartoon 100 times before I watched this again.
Yep.
C-.
I liked Umbrella Academy way better than I did Mulan. This is why I don't like the ranking system, sir.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm saying the C- stuff is a joke. I'm saying it as a joke.
Nah. I took it seriously. It's seriously.
The other thing, I finally caught up.
Before you get to that other thing.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Oh no, kid, we still have so much to talk about.
No, you two have so much to talk about between yourselves.
Anyways, all right, Caleb.
I gotta go. Farewell. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
We'll see you, Caleb.
God damn it.
God damn it. Fucking Caleb. Oh, it's pretty good. Okay.
Continue, sir.
Yes, I am on where was I? Here we go. I've been watching some Cobra Kai.
Dude,
I am on.
Okay, did you finish it?
No, I didn't finish season 2. I finished all of season 1 actually. So I know. When did season 2 come out? Was that recent?
Yeah. I think season 2 was up on YouTube. And then
Okay, so it's been out for a while
Netflix
then.
Picked it up, yeah. Netflix picked it up, and then they're doing the season 3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I had always.
That's my belief.
Yeah, I'd always wanted to watch it. I don't know. It just made it easier when it's there on the screen rather than YouTube on the computer, I guess. I don't know.
When you can cast it from your phone, you lazy bastard.
I mean,
Anyway,
that's extra work I don't want to
I didn't
do.
do it either.
Well, there you go. There you go. Shit.
I watched it on Netflix. Whatever, man. Not gonna give you too much a hard time, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely liking that much better than this previous stuff we've been seeing. Whatchamacallit.
Man, it's so good, dude.
It really is, man. I didn't expect to like it as much as I was, previously thinking, because I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a whatever. Like they're just doing this, just
bro.
he is pretty awesome.
The shit. He's a badass.
I like, and the spoilers for this stuff too. Maybe it's just season 1 because I haven't seen season 2, but season 1 spoilers. I like how conflicted he looked at the end when they were especially doing the fight of him, wanting his student to do good, but his kids on the other side of that and everything. I like that because he's a dick, man. He's an asshole, and that's hilarious and everything. The way he's putting everybody down to the point where I'm like, can you say those things? Like, he's being really mean right now.
Yeah, dude.
So I felt bad for those kids and shit, but
So good.
yeah, no, he's brutal. I was like, can you really hold the whole show with like people being assholes? But I kind of like how they are playing with the him being mean and starting Cobra Kai, which is known for being like thugs.
Asshole.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? He's like you get wisdom with age, right? Like you understand shit better, and you could tell he kind of does. I mean, even though he can still be a dick because that's just what he's used to essentially. But I like how you still see, oh, he still kind of has a heart a little bit, right? I mean, he did save that Miguel kid from those dicks when they're beating him up at first and stuff like that. Like the guy's got a heart. He's human. He's just hard on people. He's just an asshole. And sometimes you can't forgive it. Sometimes you can't forgive it. You're like, he's just a dick. That's just who he is.
He's stuck in that time, man.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't move forward. He's so stuck in the fucking, back in the 80s when everything was great that he can't really progress forward, Now that he's, talking to these, kids and they're showing him that there's a different way that he was brought up fucked up and that all that shit, he's starting to see, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been such an asshole at these times or whatever, because there's people like that are actually like me, and it's him growing through the show as well. Which is great.
Yeah. I think, I mean, it's not like he like, oh, now he's this good guy or whatever, but the fact that he's like taking a chance on these kids and everything, and I mean, you see why, right? You see what he went through and everything, but I like that you get to see like what is essentially his side of the story when he's from his perspective when he's talking about what happened basically in Karate Kid 1 and everything. I was like, oh, dude, this is really,
it just took me back to that one Reddit post it was floating around a while back, and it was like that LaRusso was a dick and that Johnny was the actual hero of that movie. And if you were to watch that movie and pay attention to Johnny's perspective, he did nothing wrong. And it was Russo who was a fucking prick the entire time. And so as they're like showing you the flashback, he's like, yeah, man, I haven't even seen him for months. And then he just fucking
pours water on me.
Yeah, and he's like, at the Halloween, like, yeah, dude, like you watch that movie again, and you're like, yeah, that's all I thought of when I was watching it. I was like, dude, someone read that and then made it happen.
Yeah,
and I'm so glad that it fucking happened.
I wonder if I wonder if that's even what sparked the show, is just reading that. Someone's like, oh my God, he's right. We need to make a movie about this, or a show about this.
Yeah. I mean, start on YouTube, man. Start small.
Oh, last but not least about this, at least. The Kreese showing up at the end of season 1.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, I was like, oh my God. I can't wait for season 2 now.
Yeah, man.
So
I just finished
pumped.
season 2 yesterday.
No shit. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been making my way, like maybe do 2-3 episodes a day sometimes, but yeah, I expect to maybe be finished with it by the time we get together to record again. Oh, I have 2 more. I guess I can roll, because one of them's technically 2. We started talking about James Bond.
Okay.
And so I have now seen Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace so far.
Okay.
Next is Skyfall,
I believe so.
right? Which I hear is like a really, really good one.
Really great.
No, the good action movies. I like them. Obviously, I know the whole thing is that they're not going to be heavy on gadgets and stuff like that, like we mentioned before. But other than that, it does make it a little hard to separate it from just any other action movie. It's just Daniel Craig beating the shit out of dudes, right?
Yeah.
The spy stuff. So I mean,
character development.
Yeah.
Between Bond's character.
I think that's what it is, right? Is I'm waiting in which of these movies he becomes, or is supposed to be that suave gentleman, right? Because
Well, I mean, after Casino Royale, at the very end there, he's got the gun and he's got his suit, and that's kind of him, like, you know, they took his woman now, and now he's kind of got nothing, right? But then we learn in the next one that she still kind of got ties around and shit, right? Like, it's been a while since I've seen Quantum of Solace, but
yeah, it's like he's trying to track the boyfriend or whatever, right? The guy that was attached to her, which I thought at least that was
thing, right?
Was he? I don't know if he was the dude.
Oh wait, no, that guy died.
No. He finally gets to him at the end or whatever. I think at the end of Quantum of Solace, but he goes in this whole other direction of this other girl, or because basically while looking for the guy, I think he uncovers that some oil thing or something. Some guy who owns this oil company or something like that. They're in multiple places or doing some shady stuff. It's been a little bit, so I forget, but. Essentially, he goes in this whole side quest, right? And while he tries to find this boyfriend guy, at the end he finds him, or whatever, which is fine. But what I guess I mostly mean is, you know, if you look at like Pierce, Bronson. What's his?
Yeah.
Is that Pierce Brosnan? Right, that sounds right. His Bond was like super suave, right? That's the whole things are supposed to be like this.
Well, yeah, I mean,
gentleman,
more like cliche suave though. You know,
but like, what wasn't? I never saw the previous ones, but wasn't Bond always supposed to kind of be like that, like this suave gentleman, smooth and shit, not this like reckless, angry person? Does he ever become those things? Is he always a reckless, angry person? He's not listening to M. He's disobeying her orders. Yeah.
Well, no, he always disobeys all the time, but he doesn't do it so angry. Okay, I would give you that Daniel Craig's Bond is a lot more angry.
Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely
is. Reckless is a little.
He's pretty reckless, bro.
Pablo has always been a bit reckless, right? Because even Pierce Brosnan was Brosnan. And he would defy M all the fucking time, and he would always fuck with Q, and always break his shit for fun. Right.
Okay.
So he was always that like rebel-y bad boy. Like
I guess you're right. There is that kind of rebel quality to it. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe he just didn't do it in a very angry way.
Yeah. No, Daniel, It just threw me off. I just pictured Daniel Craig. He's fucking pissed.
Yeah, you're just remembering he's just
pissed.
destroying shits.
That
Like,
guy's fucking mad, bro. That guy got hit in the balls and was like, scratch me harder. Yeah. That dude's a man.
yeah.
None
Like
of
you
the
could put.
other Bonds have really been that hardcore, I would say. But definitely a rebel, yes, and definitely suave, yes.
Okay.
I do think Daniel Craig is suave too. I mean, the guy almost fucking dies and has, the heart attack. Then he just comes back in there with the shirt, and she's like, "You okay?" He's like, "Yeah, last hand almost killed me."
So I watched both of those. I enjoyed them. Like I said, it just threw me off a little bit because I'm like, "Where's the
Angry
suave?
Bond.
Cool? Yeah, what is this? This is an angry Bond, dude. He's so
dude.
mad."
He's a little more gritty, a little more hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, the other Bonds don't really talk of love or like shit like that, But this Bond does, he felt love for that chick. And he was even to the point where he was sending in his letter of resignation. He was quitting already.
Yeah, he was already ready to quit.
I'm out. And then they pull him back in. And now he's in there with vengeance. I have vengeance.
Vengeance in his heart.
Dude, Skyfall, bro. Watch Skyfall.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be one of the ones we watch on our list. So in that same spy mood, I did end up watching Kingsmen, the Secret Service, for the first time.
Dude, what'd you
The
think?
first time, dude, I liked it a lot. It was really, really good.
That church scene, bro. Oh,
Everyone talks
God.
about whenever I mention it, everyone wants to talk about that church scene first,
That
man.
church
It was
scene,
nuts.
dude. Oh my God.
That was really unexpected.
This is why I really want to watch part 2. I still haven't seen it yet. But because Channing Tatum's in that one as the American, that just sounds awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen part 2. That was definitely one of the ones I wanted to watch. I hear part 2 didn't do as well, but it's like
That's what I heard as
same.
well.
It's the same director and everything, so I'm curious to what it looks like.
I don't expect a great movie. I expect a fun action movie.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I mean, I already liked it. It was funny. Bunch of action. The spy stuff was cool. I enjoyed the hell out of Kingsman, man. It was very, very good. It was very yeah. I mean, dude, it almost reminded me. Oh my God, he was so good. Here's what I liked about his character is that when you watch someone like Samuel L. Jackson, you're just watching Samuel. It's hard to picture them as anyone else. But I don't know. He did just enough with like the lisp, the clothing, him being afraid of blood and stuff like that, and like it's just like it was enough that I forgot I was watching Samuel L. Jackson. You know what I mean? Like like it was a good, believable character, and I liked that because I wasn't just thinking about Samuel L. Jackson being this person being himself. It felt like a character, and I think he did a fantastic job with that. I liked his character. It was very, very funny. Again, like him being afraid of the sight of blood, the lisp, it's almost like he wasn't funny because of the lisp or anything like that. He was funny just because of the stuff he would do, the things he would say or whatever. But I thoroughly enjoyed his character, man. He's so fucking funny. This movie reminded me of almost like God, what's the director of Snatch and all that?
Guy Ritchie.
It reminded me almost like a Guy Ritchie movie, like a very, very distinct style in it, right? It was Matthew Vaughn doing this. And I guess he hasn't really done much. I mean, he did, what was it, like X-Men First Class. He did this. I was looking it up. I was like, man, what else has he been doing lately? But not much, apparently. But I liked it. It was very, very funny. It was action. It was like very distinct. It was very direct. I liked that kid, Eggsy. That he, you're maybe waiting for a turn again, almost like Bond, like for him to like turn cool, but he was always himself. Even when he put on the suit, he's still being a little smart ass or whatever. Yeah. Which I liked because like, oh, cool. They're not doing this like, oh, now he's just this completely different person. Like, no, it's still him. He's still being like himself,
mature.
quippy. Yeah, more mature. More like a little more mature version of himself a little bit by the end of it. But like the cast was fucking great. Mark Strong as Merlin in there. I liked, of course, Colin Firth being Galahad and everything. Oh, that movie is so good. I really enjoyed Kingsman, and I don't know why it took me this long to see it.
And he gets anal at the end. Dude, that was unexpected, and that had me cracking up.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking good.
That was pretty
imagine
good.
me scrambling for the remote when I'm watching this with the kids and shit, because that was unexpected.
Yeah, I'm glad I did not watch it with mine. But yeah, man, that was a pretty good movie, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Really, really good. But I think as far as what I've been doing, man, other than setting up this office, that's kind of it. I just had time to watch some TV shows and stuff. I haven't really played much. No, I haven't really. What about you, Rico?
Well, since Caleb's gone, I can now tell my stories.
I'm ready for your stories.
What I've been doing? Been reading more. I picked up the Neil Gaiman's gaming, however you say it, Sandman.
Sandman.
Audiobooks. Yeah.
Is that a book? I thought it was just a graphic novel.
So it's a graphic novel, and they did a whole audible production.
Oh.
So like if you have the graphic novel, you can listen to this and read through, and it's pretty awesome. Like they have an all-star cast. James McAvoy's on there. What's his name? You just mentioned him from the Kingsmen, main character.
Colin Firth?
No.
Not Mark Strong. Oh, I actually don't know the kid's name.
Okay, well he comes out. Kat Dennings comes out.
In an audiobook?
Yeah, dude. This is an
wow, that's cool.
What's his name? Schmiegel. Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, so dude, all-star cast, man, and it is really great. Really well done. McAvoy's performance is stellar, dude.
Dude, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, that was great. Read that. Picked up Lord of the Rings, like I said. Finally going down that road. Wow. So the part that I'm reading, it's like none of this was in the movies. You know, so far there's been 2 scenes that I've come across, and I'm like, this is not fucking happening in the movies. Before they even leave the Shire, they come across some elves. You know, like a band of exiled elves that they kind of talk to. And where I'm at now, they just met this person named Tom Bombadil, who is a weird fucking dude.
Tom Bombadil.
Yeah, Bombadil. There you
go.
Really weird. Like the corruption doesn't seem to be around him. Like his little house is in the middle of the woods, where it's all corrupted, but his little patch of land is kind of uncorrupted and nice and jolly. He lives with his wife, and he just sings. He puts on the one ring and doesn't disappear. He then takes it off and then like makes it disappear instead.
Oh, weird.
Freaks Frodo out and then gives it back to Frodo. And even when Frodo puts it on, he can see Frodo while he's invisible.
Oh,
so
cool.
This means Tom's like something, but don't know what. And from what I hear, we don't really get to find out. But I'm trying to through this read, trying to sift through and see my own, understandings.
Yeah. But before you go look outside.
Yeah. So I wonder if we talk a little bit more about him later, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he does some semi-pivotal stuff in the story a little bit. But yeah, they completely wrote him out.
My headphones are done.
They're dead?
Wrap this up. They're dying right now.
Oh, okay.
Wrap this up.
Okay. Well, it's just whatever you want to finish talking about.
Well,
that's
it. Haven't been playing much games.
Okay.
I watched Cobra Kai. Been watching Away now. Instead of that, I'm on episode 2 with Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
we'll call it. I'm still watching Lovecraft Country. I'm on episode 2 still.
Oh, cool.
I need to pick that up more. And The Boys, I'm also like on episode 2. I need to finish that. I'm gonna end up watching solo now since the wife got uninterested. Believe it or not.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Right? So
What?
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, keep going, man.
I lost one, and
Don't worry, I'm watching that. I've been watching that by myself, so don't worry, bro. Right there with
according
you.
to her, nothing ever fucking happened. I'm like, it's one episode of season 2, but okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep watching.
Okay.
But that's been it for me.
All right, bro.
Just switching houses here. But
yeah, man. Let me know. Let me know how that goes. I gotta get you over here, man, so we can record some stuff. I'm ready.
Yeah, we need Final Fantasy, sir.
Yeah, we need to finish that. We keep saying that, but we'll do that soon.
Yeah, well, whenever I get all this shit moved in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But all right, Rick, thanks for joining me today, man. I appreciate you coming by. Caleb, you were kicked for being an imposter. He was the actual imposter the whole time.
Yep.
That's why this has gone smoother after he left now. And I guess that about wraps it up, man. Thanks everybody for tuning in and checking out everything we do in this channel. Please leave a like and subscribe. We'll be streaming from now on when we can, so long as the internet's not being wonky. So come check us out. All of our socials are down in the description below. So come see us out, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.